So, Joel, we got a taste there of what the defense is going to be from a Facebook against breaking up, that they just spend too much on security and it wouldn't accomplish anything. Is he right?
Well, I mean, I feel like we've been down this road before. It seems like anytime there's some sort of issue arises, whether it was going back to, the Analytica data scandal, or now you have, obviously, in Congress is starting to make a lot more noise. Facebook's, foray into the crypto market as well. This is what Zuckerberg does. This is kind of, this is his playbook, right? Come out, talk up, he'll throw the word safety and security spending out there, double-digit amount of times in a matter of minutes, and try to kind of focus the attention that Facebook is doing the right thing. But their history and track record, whether it's managing people's data, cleaning up the platform, whatever type of videos, whether political or non, his track record is just horrific. And right now in Congress, they want to clean this up. It's a bipartisan issue. And I think this is obviously going to be a regulatory overhang for a little bit longer here.
Yeah, I mean, we expect this to continue for some time, Matt. I'm curious, from your vantage point, particularly as somebody who does venture investing, one of the arguments is that these giants, these incredibly powerful companies, prevent money in a sense from going to those companies that would compete with them on a venture level. So that if you're going to be in business in some fashion and compete with Facebook, guys like you are not going to actually be willing to invest. Is that true?
No, that's just not the case at all. I mean, I don't often agree with Mark Zuckerberg, but I do on this one. Scale and scope is not the issue per se here. The real issue is data privacy and data responsibility. In every business in the future that's a successful business, whether it's in the biotech like you're seeing Adaptive go public today, or it's these next generation companies that we're funding like Amperity and customer data management. It's all about responsible data management. So we've got to have good national policies, because it would be crazy to do this on a state-by-state level. And I think the real focus here was around data privacy, data responsibility, not business is bad.
Joel, I mean, you've got a good sense of how these stocks are traded. Facebook's up 44% so far this year. So are investors just betting that nothing is actually going to come about in terms of an existential threat?
Yeah, essentially. I mean, I think for most of the, especially the tech-dedicated, hedge fund community, guys who've been in the weeds in Facebook for years, they see a regulatory, pullback on a regulatory-related headline, they're buying the dip. I mean, end of the day, it's still a two-horse race at the top between Google and Facebook. Advertisers really still have nowhere else to go. Are we seeing that shift a little bit? More money going to Snapchat giving some of their new products, Twitter as well. But right now, Facebook's just an absolute beast. Instagram announced some new updates last night. I think that the risk to Instagram is just becoming a little bit too oversaturated with advertisements, but that's kind of a wait-and-see story. But right now, the numbers don't lie. There has been some deceleration or stabilization as far as metrics go for Facebook. But right now, advertisers don't have too many more choices. The numbers are good, and investors are overlooking that fact.
And Matt, Google, of course, some people say if you're not on Google, you're not on the internet, basically. Do you think these companies represent an anti-competitive threat?
Well, there's always that risk, and I think sometimes those companies behave badly, and those consequences should be addressed. But again, what we're talking about here is, let's go talk to the consumers. And consumers love free search. They love free social networks. They love better recommendations when they're on Spotify and Netflix or Amazon. And on Amazon, you not only have low prices and incredible convenience, but you get all of these ways that other small businesses, whether it's through the Amazon marketplace or through AWS itself, are building small and rapidly growing businesses. So a lot of these big companies are actually enabling the kind of growth for next generation businesses that we want to see. A lot of our companies build on top of those platforms as well. So I go back to this being more a question, and I absolutely think it's a risk, but data responsibility, data privacy, national policies, that should be the focus in Congress.